Hello, and welcome to the last in this current series of Mee Gindys. And today, something of a special for you to finish off this series, as we have a trip out to what we think is one of the most beautiful houses on the island, and it's currently on the market. All we have to do is to start saving. So, without further ado, let's get out there. There you go, listen to that. Sound of silence. Almost silence anyway, just some water rushing down. Maybe the odd bird. Out and about. We haven't been out and about on Mee Gindys for a while, but we are today. And we've come to, I think it's fair to say, a joint favourite spot of ours. I've loved this place for as long as I can remember. I haven't been in it for probably... I have been in it before. But it'll be 45 years maybe, something like that. I think I've been in single figures when it used to be a hotel, if that's a clue to you. We're up the north of the island, go up to Bluff Bridge, turn right, go up to the top, and you're at one of my favourite properties, and I think one of your favourite properties, Beth, on the Isle of Man, which is...
Ravensdale Castle. And actually, I'm ashamed to say, I'm only a fairly recent visitor to this area. We came up here around the October half term and did some of the walks around here, which are just stunning. Noticed that this property was for sale. Naturally, I thought of you, and so I've brought you to have a look round and see whether, maybe you're going to snap it up.
Well, I couldn't snap it up on my own. Our grand plan would be, we've spoken about this for a while, yes, so the Mem Saab and myself and a group of our friends, about three or four other families, as it were. Most of it were grown-up kids now, so kids wouldn't be here full time, so it would basically be 8 of us, I think. Possibly 9, I don't know. Anyway, the idea was we all sold our houses and then put a bid in for Ravensdale, and would come and live here as a sort of a silver commune. Sounds perfect.
It really does. But the most exciting thing about today, we're going to get to go and have a look inside.
Yay.
So let's meet somebody who's going to take us around. How would you like us to introduce you, John?
I'm just John.
Just John. So, John, we are standing outside Ravensdale, and you said before we started recording, we've got 2 choices. We can go in the grand entrance or the not-so-grand entrance.
Yes, you can go in the grand entrance, which is, as you can see, the Victorian side of the house, or you can actually go in through the conservatory and therefore into the kitchen.
Well, let's go in just a moment, but first of all, this house, it's built in a couple of different periods, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. If you look at the right-hand side of the building, which has an original entrance, and that looks more like a Georgian, and the other side, the other half, is a Victorian.
And it's been clearly things like the conservatory just behind us here has been added at a later date. And I was saying I've been in it 45, 50 years ago. So it was, at one stage in its history, at least a hotel.
It was indeed. And my neighbour remembers coming here for various parties and having a few scoops and then going home in those days. Fantastic weddings as well.
The only thing I do remember, Beth, is sort of, presumably I think through the main front door there, I just seem to remember a clock, or it was a grandfather clock there, I think, at the time, and sort of wood panelling, and that's all I can remember, to be honest with you. That's it.
I have decided, John, that I think we need to go through the main entrance. We are those people.
Right, we'll go through the grand entrance then.
That's you, Beth? Yeah. Right, here we go. It all sounds good, on gravel going in, doesn't it? Front entrance, main entrance, a bit like your house, this, Beth. Oh, look, they've got the same sort of coat of arms as your place as well, Beth. Look at that. I was right. Wood panelling. Yay. Gorgeous.
When it was a hotel, the guests would come in through there. This would be in the reception, and then they would proceed up to the coffee lounge, which was this side, the bar, which is just behind us, and the bedrooms, of course, are upstairs.
Can you imagine staying here, though? If you're a visitor to the Isle of Man, you come up that sweeping driveway, you see it just in all its majestic glory, and then you walk in here. And I know, John, I presume you've put the heating on for us, but how warm is it? It's lovely.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, it's sort of, when I came in, just the sort of the warmth and the oak and the fact that it's a gorgeous, beautiful, one of my favourite houses on the Isle of Man with a great history. It reminded me of Milltown straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got that same sort of presence, hasn't it? So should we go through to the coffee lounge? Come on.
Go on then, particularly if you're buying. Let's take a look.
When Rod made it a private home, because him and his wife did a lot of entertaining, he left it as it is.
Beautiful. Just ready for a party at any stage. So it is gorgeous. It is, it's amazing. It is how I sort of remember it. You've got the lovely sort of leather sofas and the rugs down, these gorgeous big sash windows looking out onto the gardens, and then these gorgeous wood panels underneath. So it's also, and a beautiful floor as well, with just sort of some rugs around down it and this gorgeous sort of leather suites. It is, it's the sort of way you want to live, isn't it?
It really is. And we've only just been in one room so far and I love it already. But like I say, it's really warm. I can't get over, you walk in somewhere like this and you think, obviously people haven't been living in it for a little while and you think, oh, it's going to be really cold, but it isn't. And I totally agree with what you said about Milltown. It's that sort of idea of looking out the window and seeing the beautiful gardens as well. It's really similar, isn't it?
It is. It would do for me, I tell you. It would do for me. So we go through the coffee lounge.
This was the restaurant area, and all preparation was out from the back of that. Now it's a library, an office.
Perfect. I mean, I'm sort of stowed out with books, and I could probably fill quite a few of these shelves without having to double stack. It's far more livable than you imagine, isn't it? You think it would be, oh, could you live in a place this big? And you think, yes.
Yes, I could. If the walls could talk, though, wouldn't you just love to know the things that they've seen over the years? So I think are we in the Georgian part now, am I right? We're sort of in that part of it, which dates back to whenever the Georgian time was.
1700.
Thank you.
Beautifully put. Yes, I'm assuming we're in the older part of the house here, and you've still got these lovely original sash windows going round, which I must always love. Sort of the Georgian one's always great for putting good windows in, and they've got sort of obviously they've been secondary double glazed to keep the heat in, as you say, because it's nice and warm in here now. Okay.
I can't wait for you to move in.
Don't hold your breath just yet, but the plan's still there.
Do you want to go and view the cellars?
Yes, Beth loves a cellar. A house with a cellar. This is where you keep the wine and the port, of course. Now here we go. You can tell we're going down. Wow, look at that. Now this is serious space. Now you could really have a proper wine cellar here. You'd have to keep it cool, of course. Look at that, that's rather nice. It looks like an old part of the kitchen or something, or a place where you might have done some washing.
Originally, I believe, it was a cool area.
Yeah.
Because that's a slate.
Like a slate
Shelf.
table or bench, isn't it? Or shelf, yeah.
And that would have kept things cool before they had refrigerators. This was a wine cellar. It's still got the...
Oh, look at that. There's still some wine in it.
You fill that up easily enough. You get your wine collection here. You could keep your Prosecco down here.
And it's perfect height for us as well. You're not even having to bend around
No,
too much.
I'm okay.
John's just about okay, but I'm perfect.
I'm okay.
I could actually live in your cellar.
You could. You could be like the cellarmite. Yes, what a thought. No, that would be all right, wouldn't it? Okay, so plenty of space here. This is grand. You could come down here at night, Beth, and see if there's any,
That was going to be my question. Do we have a resident ghost here, John, do we think?
Not that I am aware of. We do have resident bats in the belfry, as they call it, which the bat people, which is Nick Pinder, has also surveyed what actually comes around this property and plantation. And he's got 3 different bats that are actually residents in the area.
Wow. Yeah, I know it's a good area for bats, so you can imagine around here they'd have a field day. I know I've done some bat stuff round by Bishop's Court before, which is really good. And then, of course, around any of the glens, it's really good for bats this time of the year, going into hibernation, of course. But if you're a bat fan, it'd be perfect as well. Wine, bats, books, coffee, it's all looking good so far. Right, which way are we heading now? Back upstairs. There we go, this way. Marvellous. Through another door, through the back here.
And this, when it was a restaurant, is a prep area.
You can see where this, when it had been, how it joins up, and this would have been perfect for prep for all the veg and meats and things when they're doing the restaurant just in front of here, but it's tucked out of eyesight, so if you were coming in as a customer or as a punter, you wouldn't actually see all the work going on here. And right through the other side. And then you're coming into the main kitchen here with...
Oh, look, it was made for you.
It is, yeah. It is a lovely big double lager, it has to be said.
Absolutely sorted, because you are an Arga user anyway.
I am, so I'd be more than happy with this. So this is the double size of Arga as well. Mine's just a sort of single oven. So you've got your roasting oven and you've got your simmering oven. Then you've got another oven there, and then you've got a simmering plate on the left where you can do You can just keep things warm, you keep it simmering on a plate, and then you've got another, I think, roasting oven there. And yeah, so it's basically a 4-oven Aga rather than a 2-oven Aga. Mine is perfect family kitchen, just the job. You've got your dishwasher in there, and then, oh gosh, look, going up the back there, this is even better, because you've got like grass indoors around the corner here. Marvellous.
You want to go and look at the bedrooms?
Yeah. Let's head that way. So another nice entertaining area down here with a nice wood-fired stove. Back into the main part of the reception area. This is the bit that I actually remember. I think these windows would have been original. I do seem to recall sort of the coloured windows, the stained glass windows, which are rather lovely. After you up the stairs, and we'll have a paddle upstairs.
So when you move in, do you think you would maybe put it back to being a bit of a hotel, or at least having some sort of restaurant? That could work, couldn't it?
That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Do a little bit of, some simple local produce. These windows are glorious. Look at that. Gorgeous. I do like a stained glass window. This one's great. It's got stags on by the looks of it. And are they hunters? Yes, they are hunters, I think. I've seen they're out. They are out hunting one way or another. And a building at the top. Don't know what the building at the top is. It's pretty, though. Some candles here, just in case there's ever a power cut. More stained glass windows on the right as you're coming up through the sort of gallery and the landing on the... going up towards the bedrooms upstairs. All lovely oak panelling again, and the banisters coming up.
The family video library, as you can still see.
Ah, to be fair, the library downstairs might not have been enough on its own.
No,
So
true.
another you can't have too many libraries. You're looking out over the back there. You're looking out over the top of the conservatory area and back towards the back of the glen. So you can imagine if you've ever been to the glen and walked through the glen, where you go right up to the path at the back there. This is the part I've often looked down, and it's rather nice. For once, and probably the last time, unless I can find my ancestors and find they do still indeed own the deeds. Look out from the other way and look from the house from Ravensdale back up towards the glen and the car park at the top there, where people park when they're going to take their dogs for a walk and go around there up in the beautiful glen there. So this would be lovely. Head round into, oh, look, wow. They are nice little four-poster for you there.
Oh, you're inviting me over? Yeah. Well, that sounded weirder than I intended.
Well, if you like. Yes. And look at that. You see, this is looking out the front where, oh, look, you've also cut some hens. Ideal. And look at that little ensuite off the side with beautiful tiles at the back. Love those. And then a view down out over the gardens towards the front this time, on the other side of the house. So you've got the little sort of, almost sort of French-inspired front garden there with little box hedges, like a little sort of parterre-type garden. Gorgeous. And that leads into the parkland sort of beyond there, where you sort of drive up and the mature trees and all the grass. Plenty of mowing to be done. Might need a little lawn tractor. Okay, onwards. And look at that, another beautiful bit of stained glass there as well. With a nautical theme, interestingly. Where did that come from? And it is a sort of well, I'd say it's a galleon. I will call it a galleon. I don't know the exact name of the ship, but a beautiful bit of stained glass again. Oh, that's very good. Scurrig. I'm liking it. Is that right?
Square rigger.
Square rigger. I'll go with that. You obviously know more than I do, John. I'm impressed. Beth would just call it a yacht.
A boat.
And then into a more bed. So how many more bedrooms down here? Another 1, 2...
1, 2,
Three.
3, 4.
That's fine. I'll take a quick look. Just see. I just want to make sure there's enough space for us all. I think there is. Right.
Oh, here's mine. Sorted.
There you go. Another all with lovely views around the side, most of them looking to the front. That one just looking at, but they all have nice views out over the garden and tree, so yeah, perfect. Right, bags of room there. Bags of room, okay. Let's follow John back down this way and see where we're heading. So lovely upper corridor, loads of space, all lovely, nice and warm. Plenty of en-suites. Oh gosh, there's another level.
Oh my goodness.
So we go up another staircase. Nice skylight, so it's nice and light coming in. Amazingly light, you think it might be quite dark, I think, but by and large, there's loads of light coming up. And look at this, another bedroom for guests. I quite like this one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're right under the beams.
Your quarters here.
Look at that. Now, this would be nice.
Oh, no.
With the original fireplace and original tiles. Going off with another ensuite bathroom. Wow. And you go up to here, and again, looking out the front.
Yeah, you can could survey your kingdom from here.
It'd be all right, wouldn't it?
So are we in the towery bit now, do you think?
Not quite.
We're heading that way, but we're not there yet. Look at that. So this is, spare bedroom, if needs be. Another nice room here. And this one just looks out the back. What you got there?
It's got a little wardrobe dressing room in here.
Oh, yes, a walk-in wardrobe. There you go, you get your kit in there. I love the tiles, the original tiles going around there.
There's
Beautiful.
not a great deal, I'm assuming, when you move in, there's not a great deal really that you will change because it's keeping that original feel of it.
Personally, I wouldn't know.
No.
I'd just, just do bits which needed to be done from the point of view if there was anything that needed tweaking or maintaining, and because it all sort of has the right sort of feel about it. It's been beautifully decorated in keeping with the house.
The final reveal, the hidden door.
Oh, go on. I've always wanted one of those. Look at that. Close that door again, John. Let's take a look. Come into this room, which looks rather lovely. And I wonder where we're going from here. And you come up to this cupboard here, which looks rather nice. And it just magically opens a bit like sort of, secret passages. And haven't you always wanted one of those secret doors that you just go through and opens into another place through a bookcase? And, would you believe, another staircase.
It's Narnia in the Isle of Man.
It is, isn't it? So through the secret passage, you come into another very handy extra loo, a sink, a chair for someone to sit and watch while you're doing your ablutions, and then up another staircase. Whoa, now we're into the tower. And that's where the clock is. So you go the other way, you've got the sort of clock fingers, as it were, on the round portals.
Originally probably would have been powered,
Yeah.
but not now.
Sadly, not now, no. So it's now, 7 o'clock. Eternally 7 o'clock, which is handy because that's always, time for G&T.
Do you know what? I always wonder what was happening at the time it stopped. Isn't it weird? What happened? Who was here?
Now you're asking. But look at that. You look through this window here, and you're right at the top. So if you look at the, you can hear right into the tower there. You can almost see to the sea above the tops of the trees, because you can just about see above the sort of tops of the trees beyond the bottom of the garden there. Looking right out over the grassland, over the parkland, back down towards the TT course and the Laugh Bridge, and sort of see beyond. Look at that, isn't that great?
What an incredible place.
Oh, there's a little pulley system here as well. Ah! So the whole floor here drops down so you can come up here. And that section of floor there where John's standing,
My gosh.
you release that and that drops down over the staircase. It's like the little princess in the tower. So you could pop you up here in your princess outfit, lower the pulleys, and then just,
Wait for my hair to grow.
wait for your hair to go. Drop the sandwiches and what up from time to time and, see what happens.
I'm learning an awful lot about you today. I'm not sure I like some of it.
That's stunning. I love being up in little tower places like this. And you look out there, and you've got the sort of sunken, looks like a little sunken garden out to one side as you look up.
That was the pool.
Ah, right, that was an outdoor pool. Gorgeous. No water in it now. Would be a bit chilly, to be fair. You could make a nice little sunken garden out of it, though, if you didn't want to make it back into a pool. You could have a lot of fun here. Locking Beth in the tower. Carefully go back down. So we can descend back down into the main body of the house then. So, has to be said, the upstairs, every bit as nice as downstairs. With the added, just what you want in a house like this, with the sort of history and its age and its beauty or whatever. It does have those lovely little quirky touches. I mean, it's got the beautiful surroundings, the great setting, the gorgeous wood panelling, the really lovely stained glass dotted around the building, in the older part of the building anyway. Lots of practical space, and then you get these quirky elements like the tower and the secret entrance into that. Fantastic. And here we go, so we're coming back through.
I was just looking at the bar.
Oh, I missed the bar. I'll take a quick look. Where's it? Oh, yes, here we are. Great. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Line that up and just a couple of nice comfy chairs sat at the bar there. You could just sit there with your Prosecco, if you made. And more stained glass here as well. Gorgeous, isn't it? It's not open, Beth, before don't get too excited, honestly. So this would have, you can see this would have been presumably where people would sit and have a drink before having their meals, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's the bar area as it was, and the family dining room was to the left there.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Sadly, the bar no longer stocked. I'll just close this door again. There we are. Right, through this main area here. Back into the family kitchen area. Which is beautiful because it's got a complete conservatory over the top, so it's totally light in here. And then this bit, it's just amazing because you've got an indoor garden.
Because he had children, he had an indoor garden for when they were smaller.
Fantastic. So again, if you've ever been up in the glen and looked down, this is the area where it is a large conservatory area. So it's completely glassed over. So it's totally bright. And in the middle, you've got a lawn. So you could make it what you want, I suppose, but at the moment it's just grassed over. So you have a lawn, and then outside, obviously, down the bottom there, you've got a paved area as well, and some chairs dotted round, and you could sit here in the summer, and most of the kids play in the grass, or you could do whatever, and then round the outside you've got some beds as well, some geraniums going down there, a little rockery behind here. Perfect. A table there, you could sit out and do whatever you want, really, but lovely in the summer.
Really would be. So we've had a look round. We're probably going to have to leave soon. Are you still quite attached to this place?
I think I like it even more. Yeah, particularly with the secret door and the tower and the clock, which is an absolute seller. I still love the fact that all the original panelling there, which I do remember from a kid going in, that hasn't been, I thought that might have been taken out or modernised or whatever, all still there looking. It does look like the little picture I've got in my mind of going in there to the reception area and then going into the right and having, I assume we went for tea or coffee or something with Mum and Dad at some stage, and it would have been, say I was about 8 or 9, so it would have been very late, early 70s, somewhere around there, I would guess, early 1970s perhaps, 1970, 71, something like that. And the gardens are lovely, you can see those in any case and get a feel of it, but that's sort of the tower area, the fact that you've got a practical kitchen, and it just feels so livable, and I love the stained glass as well.
Apart from that?
No, that's great. I mean, I suppose you'd need more than one Hoover.
You could get a robot Hoover, couldn't you? A couple of those.
I suppose, yeah.
Yep.
A couple of those. And again, you'd have to quite like your garden because there's some beautiful, lots of trees and lovely colours and trees out the back there. But you'd need to, and it's gorgeously maintained at the moment. But clearly, you'd have to make sure you're out in the garden, keeping that up. And then the only real decision then would be: would you refill the pool or not?
Well, you can make that decision a little bit later on. But John, thank you so much for showing us around. I imagine Howard's probably got his suitcases in the back of the car ready to move in.
Well, if he wants to make an offer off to Rod, I'm sure that if that's suitable, it'll be accepted.
Great, we're in. Okay, well, I'll invite you around.
Brilliant.
Thanks again to John for showing us around this beautiful and iconic property on the island. And if anyone wants to donate a few £100,000 to help us with our purchase fund, do please get in touch. We hope you've enjoyed this series of Mee Gindys, the show where pretty much anything goes if you've ever wondered about it. If there are any things on the island you've wondered about that we could explore, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Howard Kane at manxradio.com, all lowercase and E on the Kane, or Beth, SBESPEY at manxradio.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, cheerio from us both and have a very Merry Christmas.